passage. This is a very interesting topic, and I'm glad you are covering it. Let me briefly introduce myself first. I'm Hanu Park, professor at the director of the Cyber Emotions Research Institute at Yeongnam University in South Korea. My research focuses on digital communication, big data, and human AI interaction, especially how emerging technologies reshape emotional communication and social relationships in digital environment. Regarding your question about why people use AI chatbots as a friend or romantic partners, I agree with your observation. Isolation alone does not fully explain the phenomenon. In many cases, users who interact with AI companions actually have friends and social network in real life. What seems to attract people is not just loneliness, but the particular communication environment that AI offers. AI conversations are always available, non-judgmental, and emotionally responsive, which can make them feel comfortable and easy to engage with. Recently, I interviewed two students who had used the Zeta app, and the experience was quite revealing. They told me they had conversations with about 5 different AI characters. What they noticed was that the responses seemed designed to keep the conversation going. In other words, the AI tends to the reply in ways that encourage users to continue interacting, which often create a relatively high level of emotional engagement. Another interesting point was the types of characters that appear most often. Many of them are designed as AI friends, romantic partners, or emotional counselors. The student mentioned that interacting with these characters sometimes felt easier than talking with the real people because the AI personalities appear more ideal, for example, more supportive, more patient, and always responsive. At the same time, this type of design could potentially lead users to develop a certain level of dependence on AI relationships over time. To understand this more broadly, I often explain it through a concept I proposed called CCPTW, Collaborative Creation for Playing, Thinking, and Working, which refers to the communication ecosystem shaped by computer, cell phone, platform, TV, and web technologies. The idea is that people today live in an interconnected digital environment where communication consistently moves across these different systems. Within this CCPTW environment, we can think about 3 types of AI emerging today. The first is chatbot type AI, which interact conversationally with the users, sometimes almost like a toy or companion. The second is agentic AI, which can communicate and make strategic decisions. The third is physical AI, which assists or even replaces human labor in the physical world. With the rapid rise of large language model services, we are now surrounded by a huge number of AI-generated messages, assistant, and recommendation systems. In a sense, people are living in a kind of information flood. The challenge is that humans are not yet sufficiently trained to critically process and internalize the content produced by AI. From the perspective of human AI interaction, this raised an important point. Some discussions assume that humans and AI interact as equal partners, but that assumption may be too optimistic. In reality, AI agents can influence human cognition and decision making quite directly. In other words, AI is no longer just a neutral tool delivering information. It can shape how people think, feel, and interpret situations. Emotionally speaking, there is still clear difference between interacting with AI and interacting with another human being. AI can simulate empathy and intimacy, but the relationship remains fundamentally programmed and one-sided. However, for users, the emotional experience can still feel quite real. There can also be some positive aspect. For example, AI companions might help reduce temporary feelings of loneliness or provide a space for reflection and emotional expression. But there are also risks. If someone becomes too dependent on AI relationships, it may reduce their motivation to maintain or build real-world relationships. So overall, I see this trend less as a replacement for human relationships and more as a new communicative layer within the broad digital media environment. Thank you very much.